Hey guys, we're gonna do some editing in my Norfolk Southern Dayton District route. Got the plane route up here. So, not really much to see yet. There will be a lot more to see soon. So, I'm gonna set up a crossing real quick. I don't want to turn one track. Okay. Are we at the point that I want? On my track. Is that what we want? That's what we want. 2 crossings. Yes. So we'll have 1 crossing right there. And by the golf club, we'll have another crossing. So that's 2 crossings. I'm going to need to connect all the track. And later I'll do all the roads. Later in this video. So let's go to JR, LT, MS Gray. It says JR there because it's jointed rail track. It says MS because it was originally made for the Mojave subdivision, which is MS. And it's really realistic track though. So if you need like really realistic track, man, this is a track you may want to use. I'm going to do a little bit of a hill right here for the track. Oh, looks like the track won't quite go through there. Or I'll have to make it cooperate. There we go. Well, I'm going to pause this video because it's like really late at night now. So yeah, I'm going to do it the rest of the morning. I'm going to pause it and let it sink overnight. So, bye-bye for tonight. Good night. Alright guys, Nick has just passed away. So, good morning. I think what we got done was already the track. Go like that. So, let's check out Google Maps real quick. So, yeah, I got some stuff. Well, you can turn off all these planes, and then add them once we're, like, done with the route. So, like these guys. Still more. There, now it's all quiet. All quiet how I like it. So, let's get the track moving. Should also get the golf club moving here. Is that okay to work? So, anyway. So, let's get the road. I like to use yarn roads because they are very realistic. Especially the lane to DL2. That looks like most roads that are like maybe routes or stuff like that. So it's a pretty good country road, maybe a main road in a small city. Kind of looks like Center Street in Fostoria. So it's really realistic, that's why I like to use it. So, dash lines is going to change into a double line. I don't really like to use the yarn. I don't really like to use like the yarn traffic lights because I don't want to have to keep having to go to buildings over and over again. Like just having to keep switch. Just having to like switch over and over. I do not like doing that. So I just do this. That's what I do pretty much. Does that road go past? Oh wow, it goes far past. So have that go then. We'll have this turn. Then we'll have the DL0, which stands for 0 dash lines. And so then if it's in splines, let's add parking lot. Oh, it is. Oh, wow, that's good. Oh, wow, this looks good. Beautiful. Would this work? Oh, that would work. So now we got a parking lot for the golf course. Now let's add in some cars. Car Z, I guess. Wait, there was that car spline. There was that car spline that you could put in the parking lot. Car park lines. Car spline English. So do that to that. What? But where are the cars? Huh? Oh wow, that's too thin. There. Now I got a parking lot all set for the golf course. I guess some people would be parking here for the airport, but that's a little bit further that way. So let's have a walk this way. And then right here we'll have the building. Golf. Course. So we'll have the first hole right here. And the green's usually up here. Oh no, that's way too close to the track. I guess I'll have to do this kind of custom, really. Shed. Well, that's an engine shed. Yeah, all these garage. This will work. No. Okay, that's an actual attraction. Let's just do a building. Building castle. No, that one. Okay, so in the last episode, I was being a little funny, and I was putting in a chicken coop. Or no, in the last part, this is using a Windows Movie Maker. With painting here, I can only record 10 minutes. Ugh. Whoa, that's too big. It's way too big for golf. Building downtown. Whoa. I have no idea what to... Freight depot. Yeah, this'll work. I mean, even though it's not made for what we want it to be made for, it'll work. So let's have that there. A spline of golf carts. Good. I do too. Yep. So now let's see if we can get a golf cart. Golf cart. Nope, guess we can't. So for hole 1, let's place some bunkers. We're going to need to place a bunker by the track. We need a big one. What's a fairway? Ah, that's the fairway. This may actually work to just do. Okay. This is going to be a good golf course. We're going to need to focus on the golf course. And the guy's like, "Arg, how is this possible? I am in the sand bunker, which looks so hard to get into." So let's have the tees right there. Usually at the local golf courses me and my dad go to when we golf. And we used to do a lot of golfing each summer. There were usually 4 of them. And then we'll have to add the green, of course. We'll have the green right here. Everything is still connected, okay. Okay, how is the fairway as light as the green? The green should be a little lighter. Yeah. Hold on. You can change it though. Hold on. Let's do 3 2, 1. Oh, they're just different shapes and sizes. But I would pick number 1 because it's way more interesting. Let's do it like that. Yeah, that is very interesting. There. Now we got our first hole set up. Hold on, let me paint everything else. Oh, wait. Not that much. Okay, not that much. I'm gonna paint everything a little bit here. When the golfers are like, well, there's a train track nearby. Well, near one of my golf courses that's local to me, there's a golf course nearby. I don't know. Well, I actually can't explain to you why the Dayton district becomes one track. It's probably because it used to be really busy, so it used to be double tracked. But not they don't use trains as much on the Dayton district, because since the Dayton district has been like serving for so long, Columbus has got a lot of its demands under control. But hey, sometimes it needs new stuff. So really, sometimes it can get busy and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, in the fall, Columbus needs a lot of coal, and then at Christmas time in December, it needs a lot of intermodal trains and mixed freights because of the kids for Christmas. But in case you didn't know, my friend told me that, no, he's an adult, Scott. My friend told me that Trainz, they sometimes, they haul some of Santa's toys from one point to another, just so that they can get to different towns easier. And then they're at the station or at the freight yard, just waiting. Then once Santa gets to that town, so we'll get all the toys out. We'll get all the toys out of the intermodal cars and box cars that they've been in. And yeah, so the Dayton district may be one of those railways that hauls Santa stuff. It is possible. Wow, this looks quite pretty. It's like everything's okay in Dayton Airport. I think this crossing should be for the airport. So let's get parking lot. Okay, so let's keep on going. for the build of the Dayton district. Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to press shift so that it doesn't get too close to each other. There. So now let's get a yarn road maybe? Just to connect the two parking lots. Let's have it turn around. So we'll have a cul-de-sac. There. So now we have a cul-de-sac right there. Now we have the airport parking lot and everything that we need. So, we're not going to take a test drive just yet. I would want to, though. So let's just have the golf course like that because we don't want to be too big on detail with that. Because it would take up a lot of our time, and what if we get too distracted by that? But it's painting time. And by the way, since for some reason they consider planes as trains and put them in the train catalog, I had to put invisible tracks, so that's why there's all that raised stuff. But it didn't even work out. But I want to keep it there. Just in case somebody knows how to slow down the plane at a fast enough speed. So now we have the airport painted. We need to put some detail. I was about to sneeze, guys. So what the heck do we put in that extra base plate? Now let's look at the map. Oh wow, we got quite a lot of roads. So we got those two crossings done. Let's head up here. Right over here. Where the airport is almost finished in Fairborn, Ohio. We are on our way to Springfield. That will be our first stop on the Dayton district. So after that, we got a crossing like right after it. So Fairborn is already here. Fairborn kind of starts at the crossing, at the parking lot. So let's get some grade crossings. So let's get the 45 ones. Like, this thing's sideways. That'll work. Wait a minute, no. Oh, I turned it to a different way. Yeah. I'll have to make these next ones custom. Okay? So these next ones may not work because I'm not that good with ATLS programming, to be honest. So, sorry if you guys don't think that these are good. So we're going to have the roads not that major. We're going to make them dash line 0 because, well, they don't really need to have dash lines. So the road is that bound. It's bound that way. So that would mean crossing gates. So let's just have these crossing gates not working. Because I haven't really learned enough about ATLS programming. So these won't really be able to work, I guess. I know I should have them sideways. But then they would be like, down, 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 down. So, maybe I should have this one kind of have well, you won't quite be able to wait, so I think I should put the crossing gate out here. So the intersection is off limits when there is a train coming. So there. Now that we got our crossings over here ready, now we can have this road turn and have this one go into it and have this one keep on going straight. Now I thought about doing the Dayton district because since there's like a huge, just huge main train yard in my city, the Buckeye Yard, it's pretty big. I haven't made any route that has to do with it. I've tried, but I decided to discontinue it for some reason. I don't think it really works. But this time I'm determined to make it with this Dayton district route. It goes all the way from Dayton to Columbus. And also include the fact that I have already spent 2 days working on this. So I have been working very long. Now this right here, this road was supposed to be a one-way, but I can't make it like that. Oh, we're gonna have to move the gate back even more. Yep, we're gonna need to put a crossing gate there. Man, this one's complicated right here. Now we have a little base for, what is it called again? For a little city? Fairborn. There's 2 crossings right here. Then there's a crossing right here. Then it goes up, and then goes under. Oh wait, then it goes up. Then it goes across this. Wait a minute, Earth real quick. Are any of these bridges? Oh no, I made a mistake, I think. Yep, some are bridges, I think. But I'm just gonna make them all crossings. I mean, I know some spots have bridges, some are in Springfield, so. Well, Fairborn is kinda big, so let's go a few miles after that. Oh, wait. Maybe a mile after that. Ugh! I keep getting into wrong thing. Oh, and I moved it a little bit. Sorry about that. So we're past that. We're right here now, in this area. So now let's go this far. Oh no, not that far. That's a little too far. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong app. That's a little bit too far. Let's put it right about here. And we'll have the Great Crossing. So let's make that a. Oh, I think it goes into. I think I'll just add a siding right here, a passing siding. I'll add a passing siding so that trains can continue on the main line and trains can meet with other trains. So I'm going to make the siding, the siding starts right here, so it will be about the size of a base plate. The yard is smaller than a base plate. So yes, it'll work. The track you see here is just the invisible track that I did for the airport. So now we're going to have a railroad crossing. Grade. Should we have it Ohio? No, I'll have it like that. I'll have it just normal. I think we may be running out of time, because this is going to be an hour long. This is going to be our 3rd segment of 10 minutes. So this episode's going to be 30 minutes when this segment is done. So now that we got our roads carrying on, let's make it a little busier around. By adding some more roads. Oh, dang it. There. Ugh. So this should be our Fairborn area. And we'll have the siding be Fairborn siding. So I'll have the road just go down south. And this road's going to intersect all the way to there. And this road is going to go all the way down to here. So now I got quite a complex road system. And also quite a big one. Wow. We aren't even in Springfield yet. And we've got that many base plates. Wow. This is like going to be one of my best routes, I bet. So does the railway turn a little bit? No, not at all. It doesn't. Not at all. So in this road, to have this siding go a little bit out. Because of this. What are those? So now we should have that. Oh, gosh. This passing siding will totally work. So our railway continues. So now let's have the highway. So let's get to yarn. Lanes 4 dash lines 3. Wait, this is supposed to be an interstate. So let's search highway. Alright, interstate. Interstate. Yarn. Guess I'll do DL2. Wait a minute. That doesn't look even close to a highway because it doesn't have a fence between the two lanes. Okay, we've been recording for 30 minutes now. To be honest. That is just crazy. To be honest. Why am I using that word to be? Why am I using that phrase to be honest so much? To be honest. Oh my gosh. Now let's Have that. I love making Let's Plays. I love making computer game stuff with my new microphone. So let's keep the passing siding going. So, something that I learned though is that there are a lot of high priority trains on the Dayton district because, well, this doesn't mean there are high priority trains, but trains on the Sandusky line actually wait for trains transferring. Because once the Dayton district gets to Columbus, you kind of have to transfer. I mean, I'm not sure if there's a part where they make it so that you don't have to, but I think you do have to. So, there we go. So now, what we're going to do woo, there, looks very good. I like it. So, once we were at Cook Road, this was actually on this past Saturday. We were at Cook Road, so then there was a train going like faster or slower than I could walk. So that's pretty crazy. So then he came to Cook Road and parked to wait for a train taking the Weber crossover from the Dayton district to the Sandusky line. Now the thing was that the train that was waiting at Cook Road was taking it too. So he may have been waiting. And he also didn't want to crash into the train because since the train that was taking the crossover was northbound, so the crossover doesn't like diamond over the southbound track. It crosses onto the southbound track, and the train cruises on there for just a little bit, and there's a crossover to get to it. Then there's a crossover to get to the northbound track, so that trains can start running again. So both of them were so one of them was coming from the Dayton district, and one of them was coming to the Dayton district. Southbound was going to it, and northbound was coming from it. So then we decided to go to Weber to get a moving shot of the train, but then the northbound train, once we got to Weber, we crossed. Well, once we got to the intersection for Weber, the end of the train was right there. We saw the last ethanol car go by. So the northbound left us, but hey, we still got a good shot of the southbound. We didn't really know if there was anywhere to park though. So then we found out, hey, maybe we should pull over in this side by one of the houses. So that's what we did. We pulled over at one of the houses, and we got out and then walked. Then only like 2 minutes after we got out of the car, the gates went down for the train to come. So yeah, we got a pretty good shot of him. And coincidentally, I wanted to go to the Buckeye Yard after that to catch him on the Dayton district. And we've been on the Dayton district before to Railfan. It's just we didn't see any trains. So, and that was the day that I saw only that northbound coil train and nothing else. If you've been on my channel for a long time, you would probably remember that. It was in like August. If you've been subscribed since August, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. I think it may have happened in September, but my guess is that it happened in August. So now we have a lot of grass painted out here in the country. We got 675. Now there's also Dayton to Springfield Road that you gotta worry about. So you're in DL0. So let's make that go on to 675 as an exit. Now I won't make this as big as the actual highway. Oh wow. Let's try to make this so there aren't any nooks and crannies of grass. Hold on. So let's have 675 like that. Now we have Dayton to Springfield Road. So now that goes trackside. Oh gosh, I put a crossing right there for no reason. That's funny. So now let's have the roads kind of cooperate, nice and cooperative. Let's have this very sensitive. So now let's have this go down a little bit. Settle down. There, settled. So now let's get this other exit to it ready. There. Now it's got two exits. Dayton - Springfield Road. So should we have an extra little part of the siding? Let's have the switch. Not like that. We're gonna put an industry right here. So if there is a train on the passing siding, it can't go through here because an industry right there, so yeah. So now that we have that switch, let's put some grain cars in. Oh my. Grain. So I have some alumina hoppers, a couple aluminas, and maybe a BN. Alumina. So now let's have it like that. Then we'll have an industry right here. Industry. Yeah. I'll have a grain silo. Silo 6. So we'll have that like that, the industry. And we'll turn it around. So the road can kind of transfer. No? Alright, now I need to turn it around again. There, that should work. So now I got the shed right there. So I have the interlocking tower. Right over here. So yeah. We'll have a grain silo over here too. Now I won't make this very big. No, I'm gonna make crops. And look at that. We're not even in Springfield yet, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 base plates. We've gotten 11 base plates. Wow. So, I don't know what to do right now, really. Should I add a Norfolk Southern engine to go with the cars? Should I add a BNSF ST40-10 NS locomotive? Now, it wouldn't make sense at all to put a heritage unit on the tip. So I'll just put 8929. So 8929 will go on the tip. So, where are we going next? After that. Holiday Valley. That is where we will be going next. Holiday Valley. That is where we will be going next. So, let's get started. Hold on, let me look one more time. Is it Dayton Springfield Road that does it? No, it doesn't. There's a road that connects to it. Hold on. Oh yeah, that'll work. Oh, yeah. So, now let's have a crossing. A grade. I'm trying to make this route pretty long so that a lot of people can enjoy the joy of a long route. That they can spend time driving for hours. I mean, if you're in the Mojave subdivision, it could take you like only, I don't know, maybe like 5 to 10 base plates. But they added a lot of detail on the base plate, so they need to use a lot. Because they wanted to add a lot of detail. Joining rail. So that's why I like joining rail, because they add a lot of detail into their stuff. Kind of like what they do with their locomotives. They give a lot of detail to their locomotives. This route is going to be very fun to drive on. So let's look. Now, and then Dayton to Springfield Road goes across it. Then to the other side? Question mark? Yep, to the other side. Just so that I can cruise on the other side of the track. So let's have another unavailable crossing. So let's have this with the Ohio. Ohio lights. Hold on. Are these gates the same? Yeah, those gates are the same. So, why have I just been checking that out? Boarded. Okay. So it goes aside it, then kind of turns a little bit. And then right after the turn, this road comes along. Now let's grab a, man, we've been recording for like 50 minutes now, it seems like. An Ohio 1 track. Man, there are a lot of crossings on this Dayton district. So And yeah. So there are a few in Holiday Valley. A few roads in Holiday Valley. So I have Holiday Valley. Like this. And I'll just keep on working. There. And I got myself a Holiday Valley. I'm fine. Excuse that guy. Okay. And so Holiday Valley just keeps on going straight. So then there's a ditch. Warden ditch. Let's make this a bit wider. So the tracks are going to need a bridge over this, a ditch. Yeah, we're moving along. So now let's have a bridge. So let's have this truss spine. Well, I'd rather use a trestle. You got a trestle? Nope. Trestle. Oh, that looks good. Can trains run on that? Looks crazy. I honestly don't think trains would really like to run on that, to be honest. I mean, I'm just gonna, it looks beautiful, but the track, I don't think it'll work out quite right. So I'm gonna need to delete this track once again. And hope for another trestle. Bridge trestle bar. Ooh. Oh wait, that's not trestle. It'll work though. I mean, it looks, oh, that looks good. Now let's get back to JR. LTM is great. Train. There. So now we got ourselves a bridge over the thingy. Oh, this thing doesn't go. The ditch continues next to the tracks. Ah. For how long? for a little bit. And it goes back down there to me. Now, it's not like I'm making a lake here or anything. It kind of looks like I'm kind of outlining the lake, but excuse me, that is not what I'm doing. Now where will it go? It will go under Highway 70. Then we'll get into another siding at Mad River. So let's let it keep on going down here. Maybe we'll put 70 there. I don't know how close it is. No, we can't. So now let's add a bunch of dirt or gravel over where the track is. Now let's add a bunch of green grass. Good old green old grass. So, let's keep on going. This is a good way to spend my hour. Wow, I haven't painted much grass on this side. So we're going all the way back to my Dayton area, which looks quite beautiful. Just to paint. Oh, and by the way, let's check out Dayton. I want to show you. I got a logo right there. I just got Trainz. So now let's get off. That and start and get back on our business. Alright. Well, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. It's been like 50 minutes. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you haven't watched more of my videos, have a good one!